English is not my first language. I just want to put it out there because I see how you people are brutal when grammar is bad. I'm a beautician married to an engineer. He's very intelligent and I'm always proud of him. He has a colleague who is also very intelligent, obviously, that he is close to. Before the events that lead me to this moment of seeking help online, I never had any reason to be uncomfortable about his relationship with her. I always felt secure in our relationship. We're both independent people who would just leave if we weren't happy together. We've been together for 5 years, married for 15. My husband and I were on a 3 day trip with my husband's colleagues, a tradition at his work every autumn. We came home yesterday morning. I had a bad taste in my mouth after this trip. It felt like me and the colleague's partner M35-ish were the third and fourth wheel to my husband and his colleague during the entire trip. During dinner, the second night, I was sitting silently playing with my food after almost 2 days of being ignored. The partner was also silent at first, but we started talking a bit, asking each other generic questions. The colleague, who was in a very loud argument with my husband, more of a back and forth teasing, suddenly turned around and asked what we, to partner and me, were up to, talking quietly. Her partner said that we're just getting to know each other since the husband and colleague were too busy talking about things we knew nothing about. The colleague laughed and said, "What could we discuss with you? Makeup and Kim Kardashian." And she nodded towards me. "We have more intelligent things to discuss." I was dumb boyfriend and I guess because I'm a beautician I can only discuss Kim Kardashian. I mean, any outsider to any profession would be dumb listening into two people discussing work-related subjects. They could have been as ignorant if I was talking to my co-workers about our job. My husband just laughed and the partner said, "That's rude." I said nothing because I had distaste for the whole situation. On the last day of the trip, I spent most of my time with the partner. I ignored the other two. Yesterday evening, the partner DM'd me and wanted to talk about our SOs. He said that he has been feeling uncomfortable about his GF's relationship with my husband and that he went through her messages. He sent me screens where my husband and his colleague are basically calling me stupid and shallow and laugh about it. Well, mostly the colleague saying mean things and my husband laughing and adding in. Sometimes he would say something like, "No, I love her," about me, and she would answer, "You only like bangin' hot dumb chicks," and they laugh. When the texts aren't about my stupidity, they're about work, and in one of them my husband wrote, "I love your brain," to her. I started crying when I saw the screenshots. Never have I ever felt so self-conscious about my brains or profession. I love my job and I thought my husband loved it too, or at least didn't have this disdain for it. I've been my own boss for over 10 years and I make closer to 6 figures. I never thought myself as a dumb person. I like to think that I'm fairly well informed and I have passion for history, languages, cultures, etc. But yes, I'm not an engineer working on some design for artificial hearts. Still, the text complimenting the colleague hurt me more than the ones making fun of me. I don't know why. I think my husband and his colleague are out of line at best and, well, probably screwing. I still don't know what to do. The last thing I want to be is the insecure wife. If he isn't happy with me, why is he here? Update 1. Sorry I did come back earlier to make an update. I was mentally exhausted and of course busy discussing Kim K. Anyway, I want to apologize for not answering your messages because I got over 200 asking for updates. I really hope you can find this. I have talked to my husband. I just told him that I have talked to work wife's boyfriend and showed him the messages I was sent. My husband asked why her boyfriend was spying on his girlfriend, and I told him that it was because he didn't like the way things went down on the trip. I told him how I too was very uncomfortable. He was very confused and told me that work wife obviously was jealous and that I shouldn't care about her. I told him that she didn't bother as much as the fact that he was fine. No, amused by her attempts to bring me down the entire time. So much in fact that her boyfriend was so uncomfortable that he went through her phone. I also asked him why he was letting her trash-talking me in their texts. Again, he insisted that he just felt that she was petty and jealous and didn't want to stoop to her level. He said that I did the same when I ignored her rudeness and he thought that was the classy thing to do. I asked him why she was doing this. Was there anything between them and to please tell me now before it got more complicated? He said of course not, and if there was something from her end then that wasn't his problem because he loved me and so on and so forth. I asked him about him loving her brain and he said it was strictly about something work-related and offered to show me the conversation. Next day I was still brooding, so he came to me, kissed me and apologized and told me that I was right and that he was being stupid but that he never thought about it as disrespect but some female jealousy that he thought was pitiful and beneath him. He promised to do better. I told him that if somebody was trashing you like this in front of me, no matter how petty their reasons were or how pathetic I thought they were, I would have hated them and never wanted them in my life. Unfortunately, I started crying then and he told me that he was so sorry. That was on Sunday. Yesterday, the boyfriend called me again and we talked. We had decided to talk after confronting our SOS. Their conversation was worse and work wife admitted to her boyfriend that she had feeling for my husband and she suspected that my husband had feelings for her too. They have kissed at the summer work party. I showed my husband the screenshot when he got home. He started to freak out telling me that yes, she did kiss him and he rebuffed her and told her that he wasn't interested. That was when she got nastier towards me. So you knew she had a thing for you? And he said yes. I asked him to show me his phone and he had deleted his conversation with her. He said it was because he was embarrassed. He didn't tell me when the kiss happened and now he was afraid I would think it was more than what it was. I asked him to move out and he is currently at his mother's. He keeps saying that there's nothing between them, that he loves me and would never cheat on me, that he will make her come clean to me, that he will quit his job and never see her again. I'm just so broken-hearted right now and all I want is to cry. Thank you for listening. I needed this. Update 2. Hi! I don't feel comfortable making a new update on the True Sub because honestly I'm embarrassed that I'm taking so much of your attention. Writing, however, has helped me a lot, like it's therapy. My husband showed up at my work today. He said that he has never felt so scared in his life like when he realized that he was losing me. He has contacted the boyfriend, apologized to him and asked him to forward all the texts between him and work wife. He printed them and gave me everything. Over a year's worth of texting. He told me when work wife confessed to her boyfriend. She sent the text about admitting the kiss to her boyfriend, the text I got a screenshot of. My husband panicked and deleted the whole conversation. But now he got everything from the boyfriend and I could read it. He also had brought a picture with him, of him when he was young, 12, 13-ish with a girl. He said he searched this picture now he's living with his mom. He told me that it was his favorite cousin and that she committed suicide when they were 16. She was bullied severely. I never heard my husband talk about this cousin. I know of her from his family but never that they were close or that her death devastated him. He said that he still wasn't ready to discuss her but that now he needed to. He admitted that when work wife started working for them August 2021, he immediately bonded with her because she reminded him of his cousin. Both goofy, funny and extremely intelligent. They even looked alike, a little kind of true. The bond got stronger when work wife told him about her tough childhood and how she was bullied throughout school, how she suffered and contemplated suicide. My husband said that he felt like he got his cousin back. Work wife knew that my husband was married newlywed actually and it didn't seem to be a problem for her in the beginning. He admitted that he sensed that she was falling for him very soon but that he never really confronted her about it because he didn't want to hurt her feelings. When she saw me in a picture she got very angry with him and said that she was very disappointed in him. I looked the type that would bully people like her and my husband in high school. She was disappointed and asked him what he saw in me. He told her that he loved me but she was sour afterwards, accusing him of being shallow. He asked her to give me a chance at the Christmas party. She didn't change her opinion, however. He wasn't bothered that she disliked me because he thought that she was jealous. He knew that she was decided on not giving me a chance and that was fine with him. He thought that this will be one of the things they will have to disagree on. He is still adamant that he never kissed her back and he is adamant about getting the recording of that party. He said he pushed her and after the party, he had a fight with her about boundaries and confronted her about her feelings. He told her that they could no longer be friends now that she had crossed the line. We went on a 5W vacation the day after that party, and he said that if I read the texts from that time, I would find that she had apologized several times asking for forgiveness, begging him not to ditch her as a friend. After summer, their relationship was strained, but they eventually became closer again. He said he doesn't know why he felt like she needed him in her life, like she needed his protection. He always thought about being put in harm's way, and he couldn't stand the thought. He swore it was never romantic or sexual. He admitted that he loved her like a friend, or like if his cousin was still around. He told me that he has handed in his resignation and will be seeking new jobs. He's realized that he has to let work wife go. He admitted that he even now is worried about her. She is losing both her boyfriend and him, but that he needs to remind himself that she is a grown-up woman and not his 16-year-old cousin. She'll be fine. And about my fears that he loves me for how I look, he said that he is sorry if he ever made me feel that way and that it is far from the truth. When he thinks about us, he sees us growing old together, and that prospect fills his heart with more love and joy. Update 3. I'm not sure about my feelings towards my husband anymore. I do love him very much, but something has changed. I feel so sorry for his cousin, and I feel so sorry for his work wife and him, for what these girls had to endure growing up by people who looked like me. But it had nothing to do with me. None of what happened had anything to do with me just because I look a certain way. Yes, I had it easy growing up, and I still have it very easy compared to many, but I never hurt anybody in my life. Not intentionally anyway. How I look doesn't mean that it's okay for them to walk all over my heart. Not when I'm his wife. I think I represent something for him that isn't me, and I hate it. I love him, but I don't think we are a good match. I think he needs to be with someone like work wife. I think he needs someone who he can relate to, and there's no amount of empathy that I could muster that would make him see me as his comfort. When I look like their bully from school, I think he's a bully.